Hello, we have been discussing vernier calipers. Vernier calipers. So, its part we'll be discussing a little bit about them. Then the least count of the vernier calipers will again discuss, and then we'll move to zero error in vernier calipers. As you can see in vernier calipers, there is the main scale. It is similar to our school ruler, the scale that we use in school, and the movable scale, and this movable scale is the vernier scale. Movable scale is the vernier scale. The main scale is calibrated in centimeters and mm. So least count of the main scale will be 1 mm. The least measurement we can make using the main scale is 1 mm. And the vernier calipers we use to divide the main scale least count by 10 divisions. So 1 mm is being divided by 10, and we get the least count of this whole vernier caliper as 0.1 mm. In vernier calipers, we are having jaws at the upper end as well as the lower end. The lower end jaws, they are called as outside jaws. So these jaws are used to measure the external dimensions. That is, to measure the length of this rod, we'll be using outside jaws. Or to measure the diameter of a sphere, we'll be using these outside jaws. Or to measure the external diameter of a hollow cylinder, we'll be using these outside jaws. And on the top end, on the upper side, we are having inside jaws. These inside jaws are used to measure the internal diameter of hollow cylinder or the pipe. So this is for the internal dimensions, these are for the external dimensions. Now you can as well see there is one strip. This strip is used to measure the depth of a beaker or any bottle. Now we will be discussing the least count once again. Least count, as we have discussed, it is the difference between the value of one main scale division and the one vernier scale division. So value of least count equal to value of one main scale division minus one vernier scale division. Scale division. This we have discussed. So one value of one main scale division mainly we have taken 1 mm, and one vernier scale division 0.9 mm. So it comes out to be 0.1 mm. And least count is as well defined as, least count is defined as value of one main scale division. What we have done, the main scale 1 mm, we have divided it into 10 equal parts. Here we have divided into 10 equal parts. So value of one main scale division, and we have represented it by x divided by number of divisions on vernier. They are the n. So in our case, value of one main scale division is 1 mm, and we divided into 10 equal parts. That is, number of divisions on vernier are 10. So it comes out to be 0.1 mm. Now for example, if the least count is smaller, the more precise measurement we can make. More smaller the least count, more precise measurement we can make. So if we need to decrease the least count, if we have to decrease the least count, what we can do? Numerator value we must decrease, or we must increase the value of the denominator. That is, if we decrease the value of one main scale division, if we decrease its value, the least count will decrease. We will get more smaller least count, and this how more precise measurement we can make. Or we can do the value of denominator if we increase, that is number of divisions on vernier. If we increase them, if the number of divisions we increase, the least count will decrease. Least count will decrease because they are inversely related. So by these two ways we can decrease the least count, and this is important. Now we'll start with zero error. So let us have brief idea about zero error. So I start with a simple scale. If for example we are measuring the length of this road's length we are measuring. So with the scale, consider this as the zero of this object. We label it as the zeroth of the object. This zeroth of the object is coinciding with the zero of the scale. And we measure the length, it comes out to be 5.3 centimeters. This is our true reading. Now for example, zeroth of the object, it is lying ahead of the zero mark of the scale. It is lying ahead of the zero mark of the object. And we note the reading. If we note the reading, so this time our observed reading, case first, we take the case first. When zeroth of the object is ahead of zero of scale. This time observed reading equal to 5.5 centimeter. 5.5 centimeter. Now you can see the true reading, true length is 5.3 centimeters. But when the zeroth of the object, it is ahead of the zero, that is on the right side. That is zero ahead means it is on the right of zero of scale. So this time we are getting 5.5 and this is 0.2 centimeters more as compared to the true reading. So we call it that this is having zero error. It is having zero error, and zero error is how much? If we calculate the zero error, we can see the zeroth is coinciding with the second division, that is zero error is how much? 0.2 centimeters. This is the extra length that we have to subtract from this. So true reading, true length, we can say true length equal to observed reading minus zero error. So it comes out to be 5.5 centimeters minus 0.2 centimeters. We get 5.3 centimeter. So zero error we have subtracted from the observed reading. So true reading equal to observed reading minus zero error. This is the formula and we will be putting it. See here, it is lying, the zeroth of the object, it is lying on the right side, that is on the positive side. If this is our number line, we can always remember using number line. 0 is here, 0 the main scale, and zeroth is lying on the right side, that is this side is lying. This side on number line we take positive, and on the other side, on the left side, we take it as negative. Left, right. Using this we can remember. So if zeroth of the object, that is it is lying somewhere on the positive side, on the right side, we name it as positive zero error. Positive zero error, and we put plus sign here. If it is, now we will be considering one more example. For example, I have taken zeroth of the object on the left side of the zero of the main scale. Zeroth of the object on the left side of the zero of the main scale. This time I am getting reading as 5 centimeters. So case second, when zeroth of the object is on left of main scale, left of zero of main scale, zero of main scale, and this time observed reading equal to 5 centimeter. So we are getting less reading as compared to the true reading. We are getting 5 centimeter instead of 5.3 centimeter. That is, something has to be added to this to get the true reading. So this time we have started earlier than the zero of the main scale, that is zero of the scale. Now this time the zeroth of the object, it is lying on the left side. It is lying on the left side, and we name it as negative zero error. So negative zero error. Negative zero error equal to how much? We measure this length using some scale, and it comes out to be 0.3 centimeter. Since it is on the left side, we put negative sign. Now the true length, true reading equal to observed reading minus zero error. So observed reading is how much? 5 centimeters minus and negative 0, that is minus of 0.3 centimeters. So minus becomes plus, and it comes out to be 5.3 centimeter. So positive zero error and negative zero error. We are having two kinds of zero. That is, if zeroth of the object, it is lying ahead of the zero of the scale, that is on the right side, we are having positive zero error. When the zeroth of the object, it is lying on the left side of the zero of the scale, we call it as negative zero error. And negative zero error, we put the sign minus, and then we subtract it from the true length. So negative zero error, it got added, and we are getting the true length. We will be discussing zero error now. Zero error in vernier calipers. So how to find the zero error? How to find? So this is the vernier calipers. We have this is immovable jaw. This is movable jaw. So when they are brought in contact, if the zero of the vernier scale, it coincides with the zero of the main scale, our apparatus is said to be free from zero error. So zero of the main scale coincides with the zero of the vernier scale. If they coincide, that means our vernier caliper is free from any zero error. And at the same time, the 10th division of the vernier scale, the 10th division on the vernier, it coincides with the 9th division on the main scale, then the apparatus is said to be free from zero error. Now if the zero of the main scale, does not coincide with zero of vernier scale, then the apparatus is said, the instrument is said to have zero error. So zero error is there. Now it can be of two types, that is, the zero of the vernier scale can lie ahead of the zero of the main scale. That is, for example, this is our vernier scale and this is our main scale. This is the zero of the main scale, and this is the zero of our vernier scale. So zero of the vernier scale is lying ahead of the main scale, and it is lying on the positive side. Zero of the main scale, zero of the vernier scale is here. This is positive side, this is negative side. So it is lying on the right side, it is lying on the right side, it is lying on the positive side. Or it may be like this. This is the vernier scale. Here the zero of the main scale, zero of the vernier scale. This time zero of the vernier scale is lying before the zero of the main scale. Zero of the vernier scale is lying before the zero of the main scale. It is on the left side of the zero of the main scale. So with reference to zero of the main scale, whether we are having positive zero error or negative zero error is decided. So with reference to the zero of the main scale, we are deciding whether we are having positive zero error or negative zero error. So zero error is of two types. That is, first one, positive zero error. Second, negative zero error. So whenever the 0 of the vernier scale is not coinciding with the 0 of the main scale, the instrument is said to have 0 error. Now the 0 error can be positive 0 error, negative 0 error. So we will discuss each now. So first we are starting with positive 0 error. Here in this case 0 of the vernier scale, 0 of the vernier scale, it is lying ahead of the 0 of the main scale. It is on the right side of the main scale 0. So with reference to 0 of the main scale, we are deciding whether we are having positive 0 error or negative 0 error. In this case we are having positive 0 error. 0 of the vernier scale is lying ahead of the 0 of the main scale. This 0 of the vernier scale is on the right side of the 0 of the main scale. That is, we are having positive 0 error. We are having positive 0 error. If this is 0 of the main scale. On this side we are having positive. So 0 of the vernier scale is lying somewhere here. So it is on the positive side of the 0 of the main scale. So this is called as positive 0 error. It is lying on the right side of the 0 of the main scale. It is lying ahead of the 0 of the main scale. So we have to calculate this length. We have to calculate this length. And this will be our positive 0 error. This length we have to calculate, and this will be our positive. We are discussing positive 0 error. So correct reading or the true reading. Correct reading equal to observed reading minus 0 error, and we have to put 0 error with sign. If it is positive error, then we will be putting plus and the error. If it is negative 0 error, we will put negative and the error. So in this first case we are discussing positive 0 error. We will be measuring this length, the difference between the length between the 0 of the main scale and 0 of the vernier scale. This difference we have to measure. This length we have to measure, and this will be our 0 error. And since it is lying, the 0 of the vernier scale is lying ahead of the 0 of the main scale, on the right side of the main scale 0, this is positive 0 error. Now how to calculate this length? This we have already discussed in measurement of any length. So we will see which division is coinciding. The sixth division is coinciding. So sixth division will give us the length of this difference. So sixth division, 6 into the least count of this vernier caliper. 0 error will be equal to 6th division is coinciding and it is positive 0, so we put plus sign. 6th division is coinciding into the least count, that is plus 6 into the least count is 0.01 centimeter. So 0 error in this case is 0.06 centimeter, and plus it denotes the positive 0 error. Now for example, the length of the object we measured with this vernier calipers. We measured using this vernier calipers and we got the observed reading. This vernier caliper, for example, it is having 0 error of plus 0.06 centimeter. So length of the object, that is the observed reading. Observed reading, it is 5.02. For example, it is 5.02. Now, so the observed reading is 5.02 centimeter. But as these jaws are touching, we are having already this instrument is measuring some length. So this extra length has to be subtracted from the observed reading. So this extra length has to be subtracted from the observed reading. And this extra length is 0.06 centimeter. This has to be subtracted from the observed reading, because observed reading is more than the length of the object, than the true length of the object. So observed reading is giving more length as compared to the true length of the object. So we will subtract this extra length from the observed reading to get the true reading. So true reading will be, or the correct reading, that will be observed length is 5.02 centimeters minus 0 error with the sign, so it will be plus 0.06 centimeter. This we have to subtract, and true reading comes out to be 4.96 centimeter. So using the vernier calipers having positive zero error, we are getting 5.02, that is more length as compared to the true length. So we have subtracted the zero error. So true reading 5.02 centimeters plus this one. Here we have followed the formula, this one. So we always have to remember this formula. Observed reading minus zero error. We will be always subtracting the zero error. The sign, it will depend on whether the zero error is positive or negative. Now we will be discussing negative zero error. So when the movable and immovable jaws, they are brought in contact, and if zero is not coinciding, zero of the vernier is not coinciding with the zero of the main scale, the instrument is said to have zero error. Now we will be discussing negative zero error. That is when the zero of the vernier scale, the zero of the vernier scale is lying on the left side of the main scale 0. So with reference to the 0 on the main scale, we will be deciding whether it is negative zero error or positive zero error. And this time the 0 is lying on the left side. That is, if this is the 0 of the main scale, 0 is lying on the left side of the main scale. 0 is lying on the left side of the 0 of the main scale, and this time we have negative zero error. So we will be calculating negative zero error this time. Zero error. 0 of the vernier scale, 0 of vernier is lying left of 0 of main scale, 0 of main scale. So if this is the main scale, 0 is lying here and 0 of the vernier scale is lying on the left side, this side. So we are having negative zero error. We are having negative zero error. When 0 of the vernier scale is lying on the left side of the 0 of the main scale, we are having negative zero error. So how to calculate the negative zero error? Negative zero error, negative zero error. So this time we have to calculate this length, the distance between the 0 of the vernier and the 0 of the main scale. This length we have to calculate. And you can see, if I draw one bar here and this distance is 1 mm. This length you can calculate using these 6 divisions. Using 6 division we can calculate this length. And 1 mm minus this length will give us this length. Or we can calculate using these divisions. That is how many divisions? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 division is coinciding, and on this side there are 4 divisions. So these 4 divisions can give this length. These 6 divisions will give us this length. So this, for calculating this length, we need these divisions. So that will be 10 minus 6. 10 minus 6 into the least count will give us this length. So this was the 0 of the main scale. This is the 0 of the vernier scale. Main scale, vernier scale. And I have to calculate this length. As 6th division was coinciding, so if I draw from this 0 to here 1 mm, this total length is 1 mm. I will be giving 2 ways. So this total length is 1 mm. This length we can calculate, we have as well measured using 6th division, we can calculate, that is, it will be 6 into least count. It will be how much? 0.6 mm, or in centimeters 0.06 centimeter. The remaining length, this length will be, this total is 1 mm, this is 0.6 mm, this will be 0.6, this will be 1 mm minus 0.6 mm, that is how much? 0.4 mm or 0.04 centimeters, and this is our negative zero error. This is one way to calculate. The other way, since we have divided this length into 10 equal parts, this is 6 parts, this will be 4 parts. So 6 part is coinciding, so this length will be 10 minus 6. How much parts? 4 parts into least count, into least count. So it will be 0.4 mm or 0.04 centimeter. So for example, this time observed reading is 4.92 centimeter. So true reading will be, true or correct reading equal to mean observed reading minus zero error with sign. So it is negative zero error minus zero error with sign. And so negative zero error is how much? Negative zero error equal to minus of, which division is coinciding? Sixth. So 10 minus 6, 10 minus 6 into least count, minus of 4 into 0.01 centimeter. It is minus of 0.04 centimeter. So true reading equal to, observed reading is how much? Observed reading 4.92 centimeters, minus of 0.04 centimeter. So minus minus becomes plus and it will be added. It comes out to be 4.96 centimeter. With negative zero error, you can see this extra length has to be added to the observed reading to get the true reading, because with an instrument, when it is having negative zero error, the observed reading will always be less than the true reading, true length of the object. So this extra length need to be added to the observed reading to get the true reading. In next lecture, we will be discussing screw gauge.